cause it's on this old train line, I'ma get it done. Now I got the party jumping like it's double dutch. Then we spun the block, came back, double up like, ooh, I got a, and a, yeah, met her uptown, but she from the borough, better known as the boogie down. All sookie now, get up out the kitchen, man, I'm cooking now. Brother man, slip me skin, sock it to me, and they gotta shut their mouth when they talking to me. I look around, it's a whole lot of flirting mamas, but I hit the highs, man, don't want the drama. Hey, peace and love, baby, keep it groovy. Every time we pop out, you know it's a movie. If I'm in hot water, then it's a jacuzzi. I gotta shake, so I'm throwing deuces. I gotta, even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back, cause you know I gotta, and she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still gotta, I still gotta. Be knowing here. You see these grown people talking, what you doing here? I gotta have a mind and hit you with a stitch you, get up off the wall, go on, get it moving here. Yeah, I'm just catching the vibe. I told the valet, take your time, it might get a ride. Floating through the front door, my modest tie. Good Lord, mama, you know you looking divine. I had to turn around, double take a look at that. Girl, you got good taste, where you cook it at? You can mingle with the cool kids. I'm out here sweating like a preacher in a pool pit. Even when I'm down bad, I know how to bounce back. I know I gotta, and she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, and even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still gotta. I know I gotta. I know I gotta. Even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back, cause you know I gotta.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Washington Commanders. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here we go.
First down, fellas.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
On a gain of a yard, brings up 3rd and 1.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go. It's Gibson. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, week 7, and it was the Commanders who picked up the road victory, so they'll be fighting for the season sweep in this one. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down. You talk about this Washington defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
I lost count of the number of turnovers that were occurring in that game, right? I mean, I had a clicker going after a while. 5, 6, 7, 8. It was unbelievable. There haven't been that many turnovers or takeaways, however you want to say, in the game since the Reagan administration. This is absolutely unreal.
I was in diapers. Second down, back to Fournette. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here's the first carry from Matt Breida, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss. Now Jones. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a second and 7. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Fournette once more on second down. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Leonard Fournette halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Giants take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
That was terrible. Awful.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now a second and 10. He'll He'll look to throw. Out left to Dotson. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
On first down, right back to Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. You talk about this Giant defense. This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to... attacking all game long.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll look to throw here. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Take it to him. Right, let's make a play, boys. Put them in their place. Come on. Let's go now. Keep it up.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get 11 yards back on the scramble as it brings up second down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Being chased out left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. They'll set up to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 23. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to one remaining.
Let's make a play here.
Here we go. Here we go. Make a play, boys. Let's go.
Here we go. Here we go.
I want to see some threats. Let's go. Get out of here.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And returns it right back to Samuel. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. They'll run with Gibson. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Off the option, that's complete. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5.
A loss of 2 on the play. It's third down and goal to go.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. Flushed out right. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Commanders are an extra point away from drawing level. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Sly able to put this one through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left, early in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Throwing, Jones.
Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin.
And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown.
And it'll be intercepted.
It's Deontay Banks with it. And the Giants will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
They'll take over at 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Here's Jones. Off play action.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And he's going to bring up a 3rd down.
What we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. He's going to have the 1st down and more than that.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. 37 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Well, he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
2nd down, back to Fournette.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, it's Fournette.
Cody Barton there to bring him down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Now 2nd and 5.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before we got into. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. From the gun on third down. Jones looking deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. This is caught inside the 15.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Back to throw. Flush to his right. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Commanders are an extra point away from evening this one up. Joey Sly on for the extra point.
And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front They won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. This is 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Jones. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. He'll drop to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they top 30. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They're going to look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. Sly able to put this one through. And that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Yeah, keep it up.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Now Jones. That is incomplete.
You get the sense of them saying, we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now Jones on third down.
And he'll look downfield for Waller.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Fournette.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 81 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. And maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Jones on 3rd and 2. Eluding the pressure right. And out of bounds right around the 20. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
From the 17, Jones. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. That's Jerome Payne with a sack that time.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play. But the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game.
Picked by Kendall Fuller.
And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime. And they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception. And we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
2nd and 11. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. And award that sack to Boogie Basham.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Despite writing it down in my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Back to the ground with Gibson.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right.
The flag comes in. It's incomplete. And I'm not sure he was still behind the line when he let that one go. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now.
From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones forced out to his left. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
So a roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
Inside handoff now to Fournette. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Fournette running out of the gun. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's Jones looking to throw on 2nd down.
They'll swing this out to Fournette.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones.
Little out route here, complete to Shepard.
And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down. They'll run it again with Fournette. Shrugs him off. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
88 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territories. They need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Matt Breida, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Giants are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
A loss of 6 brings up 2nd and 16 at the 15-yard line.
2nd and long. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
He'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 36.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Thomas brings it in. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Looking to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Kayvon Thibodeau. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got his target. That's complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They've moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against a front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Gibson will score. Touchdown, Commanders.
This is a type of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down, so we'll have to see what that's about. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll begin with a give to Fournette to start the drive. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Throwing Jones. But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
Jones now throwing on 3rd and long. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st.
For the defense, circling now, 4th down and 7. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Pass complete to Shepard. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Now Jones wants to change it up. Now Jones. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Once more, Gibson.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
On 3rd down, here's Gibson.
And he gets us to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to a 1st down.
Here's Cressway now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Jones.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
For 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get the midfield so they have a chance at home there on the final drive.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Here's Jones. And he'll be stopped after a very short gain, and now you're looking at 4th down. Well, it took us until the final play chart to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Commanders,
the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And now they'll get the short week as they get set to play at Dallas on Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
Gotta go, we don't move it scary. Last time I shed a tear, that when Prince died, cause if we rock